We are behind the front desk. We are sponsored by our good friends over at Phaser Marketing. Let's be honest, either you own a small business or you know someone that does. Phaser Marketing, a one-stop shop marketing team for your business. They stop you from wasting your valuable time trying to learn and juggle the core elements of marketing. If you want to focus more on what you do best, make sure you check out their website at phasermarketing.com. That's PHASER marketing.com and take your business to the next level.
Welcome back to Behind the Front Desk, and we are watching Jake Paul versus Ben Askren fight.
In a special companion for fighting episode.
Don't sue us, Joe.
We're just doing it to get your attention.
Yeah,
Strictly that.
fire us on if you could.
Late night special, but it won't be airing until probably Tuesday, maybe.
Yeah.
That's the plan. We should try to
That's
get it
the
up by
plan.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
So that it's like relevant. So you're not actually able to watch the fight with us, but you can watch our reactions.
We'll do what we can while
Yeah.
you're gone.
Well, I'm still going to be editing.
I mean, yeah, I just wonder how well it will go to send it back and forth. Well, you know what? We'll worry about that
Oh,
later.
what do we got going on here, though?
It's a robot.
Some sort of...
It's a Jake Paul robot.
Is that Gronk?
No.
That's-
I know.
Apparently it wasn't a good one.
Oh, I didn't find it funny at all.
Yeah.
Thank you. I just didn't want to be mean about it, but
I'll fire right in.
okay. I like how I'm only really nice to Reno, Matt, Micah, and you. It's like fire.
We've
you
known each other
attention.
too long to be nice to each
Yeah.
other.
Very cleaning the trash.
I'm liking those yellow shorts.
You know, the more I
Jake.
watch him, the more I kind of think Jake's gonna win.
I think he's gonna win now. I've switched,
I
and I also want him to win.
Do
Yeah.
you?
I do, because I actually really want to see what he can do and like where he can go.
I think even if he lost, he still has a good future in boxing.
Yeah, but it'd
well,
take.
hasn't he already said though he's already feeling signs of PTE? I thought I read something on that.
Yeah, he said that he already has
CTE, you
Or
mean?
is that what his CTE?
Yeah.
CTE. He's like brain scan show that's like brain scans can't show that. Not until you already have it or you're dead.
He's got the size advantage and everything, including reach.
He has everything.
He has everything. He's got the age. He's got the height. He's got the weight. He's got the reach.
But as we were speaking about Floyd, age doesn't always matter. The young guy, going up against a well-experienced vet tends to be at a disadvantage.
That's hard to make the comparison though to anyone towards Floyd.
Yeah.
I would say that in general. Generally, if you have an older fighter going against a young guy, yes, the young guy probably is going to come at him a little more energetic, especially early on, only because they're trying to come out firing. But
But also, Askren isn't a boxer.
I thought he was a natural.
No, he's a wrestler.
Well, no, I know that, but I could have swore I read that he actually had been like a professional boxer at one point.
Mm-mm.
But no,
No.
okay.
No, otherwise I don't think it wouldn't be as interesting. I feel like if Ben was had been a professional boxer before, because
Yeah. I don't know. I just
You don't think it'd be as interesting if Jake was fighting another boxer?
well, I'm just saying that if Ben was like a good professional boxer, I don't think it really. I'm not sure if it'd be a fight. I mean, it'd still be interesting to watch,
Oh,
but right
okay.
now it's like
yeah.
it's interesting to see because Jake's really
He's
working.
he's
He's
trying to-
working his way up through the ranks. He's fought some YouTubers, some an athlete,
Former
and
wrestler.
yeah, and now he's got to get through a wrestler, and then he can fight a actual like boxer.
Yeah, I think he wins this. It'll definitely open him up to other people.
Oh yeah, he'll be. It's on his dream
No
list
former
is making it.
basketball players.
He wants to fight Connor,
I mean,
so
he slept Nate Robinson,
Mm.
unfortunately, but
nasty.
That was
yeah,
not
it
even
was-
brutal.
a
Yeah,
fight.
it was, yeah. But I'm sorry, it's one of those things though. It's like it's a professional basketball player. Like I don't think he's used to getting punched.
No, he wasn't. I mean, he was boxing for a while before the fight and stuff, and leading before he even took the fight, he had been boxing. But
Yeah.
Jake was just just so much better.
Well,
Because if Jake wasn't that good at boxing, that probably would have been an actual
Yeah.
decent fight. But maybe Jake's is actually really good.
well, my thing on that fight specifically is, again, Nate Robinson was like a 13-year pro in the NBA. I
Yeah.
don't think he fought a whole bunch in that time.
Well, no, but
And he's not used to getting punched. It's one thing to train for boxing; it's another thing to.
but that was also the thing that Jake had to go through because he had fought YouTubers that were boxers, and then he had to fight an athlete, and he couldn't actually get anyone big time, so it had to be from a different sport. But so he checked that off his list. Now, if he can check off an actual fighter,
A wrestler.
yeah, like an actual legit Olympian
Mhm.
wrestler, and who's been in many fights and beat.
Well, I think they showed his record there. It was I mean, the guy only had 2 losses
Yeah, I mean
in MMA.
he's only got really beat by Masvidal, and he beat I can't remember his name at the moment. Robbie Lawler,
Oh,
which is a beast, and
Yes.
and Ben Askren beat him, so that's I'm kind of nervous, boys.
that is,
Very interesting.
in theory, should be actually a great fight.
Yeah, I also have a feeling it may be over very quickly, and I'm not really sure why, but it might be.
I won't even entertain that thought right now. I can't.
That's usually how boxing matches go, though.
I know.
Oh,
Decent shot.
that was very good. Jake actually took
Absorbed,
took it very well though,
Yeah.
because that was a hammer from Askren.
But you can kind of tell that Askren's a little tense just by how he has his hands up.
Yeah, he has very weird fighting styles, which
Yeah.
he's talked about. He's just a very odd. He moves very odd, but that's
Yeah.
kind of what is good for his advantage for some reason, because it always seems to work for him. Because he's
I'm sure
kind
it's
of.
harder to counter. You're not used to that
Yeah.
kind of stance.
He said he's kind of slow, kind
Yeah,
of
he's-
impulsive. He's like, I'm just kind of slow with how I do everything, but he's
Kind of a slow,
Methodical
Yeah,
and-
yeah, exactly.
precise, but it he's takes him a little while to get juicing. I'm sweating.
I'm not sweating, but I'm very interested.
Wait, why are you sweating?
Yeah.
Sweating the fight?
Yeah, I always just get nervous when I watch fights.
Do you? That's very interesting.
Well, because it's literally two people putting their careers on the line in front of millions of people. It makes me anxious. Oh,
Wow.
Down goes Askren.
that was a hell of a shot.
Was it just because he was off balance and hit the mat, or was
Yeah,
it?
Askren
It was a good
looks.
punch. I mean, I'm not saying. Oh my God! Did they actually just call it?
Yeah, I think they just called it.
Wow. That is
Askren was.
dazed. Wow, that was a good shot. That was. Whew.
So Jake's for real.
Apparently.
Just rocked Askren.
Wow.
That's pretty sweet, actually.
That was okay. Wow. I can't believe that was.
Oh, a little robot.
What was that? 50 seconds in.
Yeah, maybe a little over a minute.
Yeah.
Not even
That's
halfway through
crazy.
the round.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good shot
That's-
by him, though. A great shot by him.
Would love to see replay though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I hope they. show
I mean, it looked like he rocked him.
It
Yeah.
did.
That's crazy. That's so cool.
I feel like you can tell Jake put his heart into that fight, though.
Oh yeah. Well, he
No.
said
The
these.
full minute and 20.
Well, I mean,
Well, it
but-
said, but just like leading up to it, he says
Yeah.
he takes it the most serious he's ever took anything, and wants to prove it to everybody. And
Yeah.
well, he just proved it again. I mean, he's done it a few times now, and this one actually is a legit fighter that he just knocked out in a minute and a half.
I didn't realize he was that I guess I was just looking at the favorites. He was heavily favored.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. Ben said, I think 2 days ago, if the people paid for his purse, he would choke Jake out on the mat. And people were like, yeah, we're not going to do that. Though, it would be wildly interesting to see
Wow.
Wait, what did he say?
that he would choke Jake out. Ben Askren,
Just
like
if-
in the middle of the fight, like he would take his back and choke him out.
Just cause?
Yeah, I mean, because I think he knows a lot of people. There's a lot of people who want to see Jake Paul get knocked out or choked out, or you know, there's a lot of people who want to see him win, but
Huh. It seems like a thing you probably shouldn't say
Yeah.
as you're going into a fight, but
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
a massive.
Oh.
Just not, just disrespectful. Oh my God, let's watch this.
oh, just
Oh.
a great hit.
Yeah, he went out. He was out cold.
boom.
He completely made him drop his defense.
Wow.
Ooh, the stare down too. I like it.
Damn.
That's. I'm rooting for this guy.
He's so sweet.
It's
That's
like that.
so
I'm fully on the
Just
Jake
a
Paul train.
great shot by him.
so awesome.
Just such a good punch.
That was so sweet.
Well, that's the fight.
Yeah, that was the fight really quick.
Yeah.
Jake Paul annihilated Ben Askren.
Yeah.
Because Askren hit him
He
with,
got him with a decent shot.
Yeah,
Early
but-
on.
real early.
but Jake's just better. Much better, it
Yeah,
appears.
apparently, because I mean, it was a good hit, but he kind
Yeah.
of just absorbed that and immediately just shook it off.
That might have got into Askren's head, though, too, because
It could.
hit him with a massive shot, and Jake didn't even... Because that's what Askren said he wanted to do to Jake, was that he was going to be able to eat Jake's punch, and then Jake wouldn't know what to do. And Askren,
He ate his words on that one.
he could not eat any of his punches.
Oh my lord,
This guy's
he's cocky.
incredible.
I mean, he's definitely built. So.
Oh, he's huge.
He's got to be so... He's got to feel so sweet right now.
So I mean,
Like-
just
Oh,
juice.
he's gotta be
gotta
just
so
juiced
good.
up
He's got
right
the
now.
emotions out now, and it's just pure.
There's our dad, Greg Paul.
Where's Logan though?
I don't know
I
where
haven't
he is
seen
at.
Logan at all.
Wish he was there.
Kind of do too.
Isn't he training for?
There he is. No, that's not him. No, I thought that was
I
him
mean,
coming
he's
in.
got Floyd, but you'd think he'd maybe take the night off or train earlier to go see his brother fight. There's no way he's not somewhere.
Well, I mean, they just did the podcast at
Yeah.
Jake's Airbnb that he was at. So I assumed Logan would be there, but doesn't matter. What if
You know-
what if the Pauls just take over the world? If Logan knocks out Floyd now,
That's also one I won't even entertain that thought. Don't want to think about it.
I mean,
now I'm
yeah.
nervous. Now I'm nervous
Now,
for
can I tell
Floyd.
you?
Because can you imagine
Well-
that on a woo?
Yes, I can see being nervous.
Woo!
But you're also, you can't. Floyd and Ben Askren are two completely opposite of the spectrum on that.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like it's
You know,
just one of those things of. Is that the D'Amelios?
yes, it is.
Hmm.
I just wasn't gonna fire into it, but yes.
Well, I was just wondering because like, it just seemed like such an odd entourage that he has with him right now.
Hey, he's got clout with him.
Don't start with that.
Yeah, I just didn't.
Okay.
Oh!
He is.
So cool. Love Logan.
Logan looks so much better though.
Oh, he looks incredible. Even with his freaking mullet that he has going right now.
Oh, the mullet looks great.
He just said he
But
wants.
he's just a better looking
God,
guy
he's
than Jake.
even taller, so his reach
Yeah,
is
right.
Oh, he's
obviously gonna be
big.
He's huge.
They are both just big men.
Yeah, Logan says he wants to fight. Said on his podcast he just thinks it'd be funny to fight Floyd Mayweather with a mullet. So he's growing it up.
Now, here's what I could say: if Floyd were to lose, that would damage his reputation.
Well, I already said if he loses,
we
he's
talked about this during
we
the
just
GOAT
talked.
debate.
Yeah.
Yes, but it's even more damaging because it's a dude who's on his second or third fight.
Yeah, third fight,
No.
he lost his. It was a draw in the first fight, and then he lost his second fight to the same guy. KSI.
Was it KSI?
Yeah. And now he's fighting. Oh, Snoop's pulling out a bottle. What do we got here? What do we think that is?
Oh, I actually can't tell.
I can't either.
Blue.
It is blue. It looks
say-
delicious, but it's alcohol, so it's not
It's not what.
delicious. I said
Oh.
looks delicious, but it's alcohol, so it's not.
Kind of looks like
That's
absolute.
grape juice.
Kind of looks like absolute, but I doubt
Oh,
it's
let's go.
I
Oh,
don't
let's
think
go.
It is though, because that's what I was thinking at first too was vodka.
Oh, yeah, that burnt a little bit. You can see.
Yeah.
That alcohol hit harder than Ben Askren. Nice. Can't hear what he's saying.
I know.
but
I wish. We
I
could.
bet it's something so profound. He did say he wasn't going to call anybody out after the fight, so
that he wasn't.
yeah, that he wasn't going to call anybody out because he was just going to let like what he did speak for it.
Well, yeah. I mean, you shouldn't call someone out after this one either.
Yeah,
I mean, this is the first big fight to prove what you can do. Let them come to you at that point.
Mhm.
Because after this, someone's gonna come and be like, "We want you to fight this guy, or you need to come fight me."
Who do you
oh,
think-
what's next for him is going to be
It's-
so huge.
it's gonna be
It's going to
awesome.
be like it could honestly be like Connor or like Nate Diaz or somebody.
See, I don't
It
think
could be
Conor-
somebody really big.
Not because I don't think he could take Connor. I think because I can just see Connor being like, still kind of thinking like, this guy is so below me. I'm not gonna think about that. I'm not doing that yet. I could see
No.
it.
Now, if the purse is up there,
Yeah, exactly. Knowing that Connor versus Jake Paul would be massive,
yeah,
massive.
Oh, it'd be huge.
So the amount of money that they could make on the next fight
They'd make a
is
lot of money.
is basically
Do you think they would make more than Floyd versus
No.
Connor?
no, because that was how much freaking money did they make?
I have no clue.
100.
Floyd made like 600 million or
Yeah,
something. It was
it's I know
ludicrous.
Connor made at least 100 plus.
yeah, that was just his purse for fighting. No matter if he won or lost, was 100 million for Connor during that
Get
fight.
this kind of money.
I don't know, but it's crazy.
I would gladly hop in the ring with any of these guys. Just knowing that even if I lose, get destroyed, I still make 100 million.
But you also need to be able to take
I would
know
I
how
would
to
obviously
defend
train.
yourself and because
Well, yeah,
one
it's not
is
like I would.
'cause
I
you
don't
could-
mean like I would go in. Okay, I'm gonna head over and hop in the ring. I mean like I'm gonna train. But if I could like train for how many months just for one fight, probably get my ass destroyed, but make 100 million, I will take that.
yeah. Well,
I will gladly take that.
Yeah,
I'd go into a fight versus Jake Paul for 100 million.
Especially if you get at this point, all you gotta do is take one punch and you're done.
Yeah, but also we're not gonna be making 100 million because nobody's gonna want to see us fight Jake Paul, and Jake Paul wouldn't even look in our direction.
Get like a crisp $100 bill, maybe.
Yeah.
Here's $100. There's like a buffet over there if you want to go get.
We'll
that,
just
you
show
can.
them how many views we got on
Unless-
YouTube. Be like, you want some of these, baby?
unless you catch him with an
No, I
unexpected
don't.
right hook.
I'm not sure anything I could hit Jake Paul with would do anything to him.
You never know. That's the one.
Well,
thing.
if Askren
Yeah.
just hit him with a hardcore
no,
shot,
but that's
Well,
the thing.
but we were.
It's-
I had talked about this at one point too. Like, ultimately, if you just hit him just in the right way,
Yep.
no matter how hard it just does something where it does knock you out, it can happen.
Yeah, that's the thing about boxing and all combat sports is it just takes the right spot, even a little unexpected, or you weren't expecting it to be in that spot. It can drop you.
yeah, I mean that's why I think Floyd is my goat, and because I just think putting your career on the line every time you fight is you could get humiliated in front of
And that's just
everybody,
why I
and
don't think
that's a tough thing to come back
I'm
from.
still nervous for Logan versus Floyd, but that's why it's hard to think like, oh, Logan could take him down. I just don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is that if
I think Floyd just has. I mean, he's obviously one of the greatest fighters or boxers and has had enough experience to know how to take any kind of specific hit, to know that what this one hit, no matter how hard, what it can do to you, and how to absorb it the right way where it's not going to affect you as much as it could.
Well, and the thing that's scary about that fight, though, is that Logan has nothing to
No,
lose.
he has nothing to lose. He has got everything to gain, nothing to lose, and it's the
'Cause
exact
if-
opposite for Floyd.
'cause
Basically, doesn't have much to gain except for another win in the books.
He doesn't have anything to gain.
But yeah,
no,
there's
when
really
they,
nothing
one
and
paycheck,
money.
one
Yeah,
paycheck,
but-
but it's like,
of which he does not need.
but if he loses, that's his last big paycheck.
Yeah.
And Logan, if he loses, he just goes back onto his podcast and talks about how he lost, and
And then we'll probably get another fight.
how he's going
if
to
he
train for
wants.
the next fight because
Yeah.
it's one of those things.
Oh boy, Snoop.
Yeah, and I would be fully rooting for Logan in a fight against literally anybody
If it
else on
wasn't- if it
planet
wasn't
Earth. Just it didn't have to be Floyd Mayweather. Like
Now
I
you
wish,
gotta root against him.
I wish it'd just be anybody else because then I'd be all in. But
I'm not gonna lie.
Next time.
I am rooting for Logan to win.
are you?
Why
'Cause
do, you
I
want,
thi-
why do you want Floyd to lose?
I think it'd just be a crazy ass story. Maybe the biggest upset in boxing history.
Oh yeah, it would 100% be. Probably, I can't think of anything that would be a bigger upset.
Maybe Buster Douglas versus Mike, but
Yeah, but that's still like
I don't
two.
think that'd
It's
be
still two
anything, though.
professional like boxers
Well-
like that have trained their entire life. So it's like
Yeah.
if it happens, it happens. This is, I mean, 5 years ago, a year ago, anything you would never have thought in a million years that Floyd Mayweather would be fighting Logan Paul. Like,
The YouTuber.
yeah, it's just not a.
no, yeah,
That's not
podcaster.
something that's even in the realm of possibility. What you would imagine, and then to have
Well,
that.
Imagine, I mean, how surprised were you when they first came out that, oh, Logan's fighting Floyd Mayweather? My first thought was, well, okay, clickbait.
I wasn't.
This
I actually wasn't that
Well-
surprised because they had been talking about it for months leading up to it on this
See,
podcast.
I just didn't believe him at all.
They kept saying like big things are happening, and they kept mentioning like Floyd Mayweather's name. So when it finally came out, it was more. I was just kind of like,
confirmation.
yeah, it was kind of like, oh,
See, I
like
just-
it,
I
I always like I
believe
knew it
any
was
of it,
happening,
so
but
I thought I was just so
you
surprised.
guys watch Logan Paul a lot?
I
He does.
watched every one of his podcasts,
Okay.
and I
That's cool.
basically he puts them out on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I watch. They're my favorite days of the week. They're so good.
You mean because that's when we record?
Yeah, oh,
that's-
well,
Yeah.
Well, a slight, yeah.
Yeah.
Steal a little bit from people you emulate. But-
Yes.
God, I thought that was Ben Askren for a second.
He lost a lot of weight real quick then.
His hair just drooping.
You know what's funny? Ben Askren made like $500K from this fight, a minute and a half. For his last UFC fight, he made like $265.
Yeah.
You know, to get knocked out for 240 grand, not a bad deal.
No, it's not a bad deal, and I'm excited to see what Askren really says about it because I don't think he's really gonna be that bothered by it because he said that if Jake was a good boxer, he's gonna knock me out.
Yeah.
And so really, he also is covering his bases with a lot of things. He's like, if Jake sucks like I think he does, I'm going to knock him out. If he's good, he knocks me out.
Yeah.
So either way, he's right.
Yeah.
So he knew how to play that really well. And for as much like shit talking as Jake was doing for the fight, he was on impulsive and surprisingly just so humble about everything.
Ben
Like, cause
was?
Jake.
Jake was?
Yeah, because he's just doing it all for the fight game, like trying to get people
It's
to
just-
tune in.
Yeah.
But is very humble off camera.
It'll be interesting
That's
to see
interesting.
how humble he is after this.
He's getting to the point where he doesn't have to be humble about fighting. He's getting good, and if he keeps
Yeah.
going, he's only 24.
Yeah.
And he hasn't been hit. I mean, that was the first time I've really seen him get
Yeah.
rocked, and he just ate it. And
I mean, yeah, I never watched his first
Slaughtered
one.
Ben
Nate
Askren.
Robinson was the first fight I watched at his end. He took nothing.
he took a few shots, and I think he fought. I can't remember his name. I think it was Gibb.
That was his first fight.
That was his first like professional
Yeah.
fight because the first one was an amateur. When Logan fought KSI, Jake fought KSI's like younger brother, Deji, I think is his name, and beat him. And then he fought Gibb, and I think Gibb hit him a few times. but nothing like crazy. And now this, it's crazy. Now he's knocking out professional athletes or professional fighters.
Yeah.
Ben was retired, but I don't think that.
Still had a very good record.
Yeah, still had a very good record. Still
had the experience to fight. I mean,
there's no
retired or not. I mean, he is a fighter.
There's not really any excuses you can make to say that Jake's not legit.
No.
In my thoughts,
It'll be
anyways.
interesting to see where his career goes.
Oh, that's why I wanted him to win, because it was going to be more exciting because Ben Askren's career is basically
win or lose this fight.
He doesn't really want to pursue anything crazy. As where if Jake loses, it's cutting off a story that hasn't even been told yet.
Yep.
And it could be a crazy story.
Yeah.
Could end with him knocking out Conor McGregor.
It could end with
My early prediction: he will knock out Conor McGregor.
hot take.
That's very early prediction, but
I don't consider that much of a hot take because I think he'll have 2 or 3 more fights before that comes up.
yeah.
So I mean, if he,
Well, I mean, yeah, I don't. Yeah, like I was saying earlier, I don't think Conor would take the fight at this moment. I
No.
could see a few fights later. I could see.
like 18 months on the line, if Jake has had 2 or 3 more fights, I think Conor would take it, especially if Jake weren't to lose.
But
Like
Jake, he might be able to sign up for anybody right now
Uh-huh.
because there's going to be.
I'm sure he's.
He might
already-
not
I'm
be
sure
able
his
to.
phone's blowing up right now.
He might not be able to get to like Conor like status or like a Khabib or Floyd.
Yeah.
I don't think he's there for who would want to step down to fight Jake, but everybody underneath those guys are, I think,
up
it's
for grabs.
yeah, I think it's fair game because they all think they can knock him out, and they all want the money, and I think he can basically pick who he wants to fight for the next fight, and if it turns out to be Conor, it could be. I don't know, could be.
Well, yeah, and I'm not saying it couldn't be. I just don't think it will be.
I don't think so either, but
I think one or two more fights, and then I think you could see a Conor Jake Paul fight.
Well, especially if what he does, if he were Starch Boys like you did Ben Askren the next 2 fights, I think Conor would sign up for it.
I think Conor would go down pretty quickly, to be honest.
I wouldn't say that. I think I think it would go longer, but I also think Conor would lose only because, again,
I think Jake would have those punches that could easily take Conor down.
yeah, it'd be really
I
interesting.
mean, yes,
super interesting.
Yes, he lasted a long time with Floyd. What was it? Ended up being 10 rounds.
Yeah.
Was it? But I mean, we've talked about Floyd's more of a defensive.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say?
No,
Oh,
He's more
100%.
defensive.
That's what he's known for.
Whereas you have someone like this who's probably a little bit more aggressive, who we've just seen can throw a dying piece of a punch. I think he would. I think he'd KO Conor.
Oh,
Hot
way
take,
to
but-
just piggyback off mine.
Well,
Did you say that?
See,
Don't remember that at all.
I'm
I
not-
said
I'm not
I
saying-
looked at the camera and said that
Yeah.
Jake would knock out Conor.
I'm not.
Did I say hot take at that?
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he wouldn't.
Show us how much I retain.
I'm not saying he would knock him out. I just don't think it'd be first round. That's what I'm saying. I don't think it'd be that quick. I
way
do
to
believe
piggy off
you.
of me. Who piggy off?
No,
piggy
I
off of
already
Reno.
said that. I already said that too.
Am I just pigging off of everyone?
Yes, you have. Yeah.
Because we had like a conversation about what we thought would kind of happen with Conor and Jake, and then you jumped in with hot take, and then you apparently didn't hear what we said, and then
Apparently not.
you crafted our hot take and spun it into your hot take.
That's how we do it sometimes.
Hey, that's
Genuine though. I don't remember
that's
any of that.
that was a classic
I-
Z-Man
that's-
moment. That was beautiful.
Yeah.
I couldn't
Wow.
have wrote it any better. That was brilliant. Wow. All right. Well, any more hot takes before we
Sign off for the night. I have none.
Nope. I think
Great
I think
punch,
Jake
though.
Paul will knock out Connor.
Another hot take.
That's an original Z-Man hot take right there. Not really though.
That was incredible.
Yeah.
I'm not
Ben
gonna lie.
Askren got starched.
Starched.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Real quick.
One solid punch
Murked.
and he was done.
Yes.
What's another word for it? Just
Murked.
few
He
that-
got fopped. He got fopped real
Ooh.
easy.
They didn't understand FOP at first.
I know.
When I was saying it to them when we first moved in, they were like,
Well, I did.
Well, but
Yeah,
that's because
"But
we
you,
had that
yeah,
conversation
but
at
Micah
the gym.
and Matt were
Oh,
like,
yeah.
well, what are you like? Is that like jerking off or something?" I'm like, no,
Well,
you fopped them.
You can use it for
You
that.
can, but
Yeah.
that's why I explained the whole thing of how you can
But
use
if you
it for
fop
what.
someone, like fop.
Yeah.
That person got fopped.
They were very intrigued by it.
Hop on Jake Paul's coattails. He's going to the moon, apparently.
Yep.
Yes. To the moon.
Thanks for watching.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
See ya.